Alright, so in this video we're just going to have a look at some of the other things that you can do to analyze your car in Fusion 360. So over here in the inspect area, I'm going to click on here. Alright, and you've got all these different things, all these different tools that you can use. So we've already looked at a couple of them, but there's a couple here that you can do, and I think they could be useful for looking at the shape of your model, alright, and analyzing that. So the first one we'll look at is the curvature map analysis. And when you hover over these, it actually gives you a little bit of a brief overview of what that does. So for this one here, it's analyzing areas of high and low surface curvature. So when we click on this, and obviously click on the body, all right, I'll click on the front as well. Okay, so now it's telling us, all right, where it's purple, all right, that's where there's high curvature. Okay, so obviously you can tell in that section there. Now, as we know with an F1 car, when we're looking at aerodynamics, the steeper the curve, obviously you're going to have more drag, and obviously this here will probably cause you a bit of downforce. Okay, so you probably want to look at using this tool and working out, all right, well maybe that curve is a bit too steep. Maybe we can look at changing it. So yeah, I think it could be useful for those kind of things. All right, so I'm just going to press OK. All right, and then if I go to my other model, all right, so this is what we were working on before. All right, and I'll do the same thing here. So inspect, and we'll go to this one, click on the body. All right, so when you've got more intricate sort of curves and stuff like this, it's going to be more useful for you. So you can now see that obviously the ones that are in purple here obviously have the high amounts of curvature. So for aerodynamics, it's probably good to have a look at these kind of things, especially when you're doing these sort of intricate shapes, as you can see here. Okay, now, yeah, it really depends on what you want to sort of use it for. I would be taking the screenshots of this and doing like a before and after um, analysis of it and go, okay, well, we identified that, this steep um, sort of curvature sort of in here, could be a little bit flatter to reduce, turbulent flow sort of in this section here, all right, and to reduce downforce and whatever. So you could show, all right, here's a screenshot from maybe like this sort of angle, okay, and then you can show another screenshot and show how you've improved that. So I do see some value in this tool here, all right, but if we just go cancel for now, all right, another tool that we can look at is the zebra analysis, okay. So it says here, let's go back, displays alternating black and white stripes on a body to help you analyze the curvature of a surface. So it's doing something relatively similar. Okay, but you can see obviously where I've got those little bumps, obviously you can see those lines change. So when I move around, okay, you can sort of see, especially from like a top view as well, all right, how that changes. Now, when you look at your standard car body like this, and we'll do the same, press OK, you can start to see sort of where some of those little, um, like where the different surfaces sort of meet. Okay, so for example, the nose cone, for example, is completely different to just a standard body here. So if you wanted this to be a more continuous sort of shape, obviously doing it the way that we've done it, just with simple extrusions, probably isn't your best bet. You probably want to go and do similar to what we did here, all right, where you've got continuous faces all the way around your car body, okay? Because then, obviously aerodynamically it's going to be a lot smoother because all these edges are actually sort of like molded into each other. It's not just random sort of blocks hanging off the side of your car. Okay, so you could use the zebra analysis to go ahead and look at certain parts of your car. So there's those options. And sorry, I just cut the video. So what I've done is I've just restored my car back to its normal state. All right, so I just went undo a couple of times to get it back to there. But what I was going to show you is in inspect here. The other ones I'd probably be interested in would be the accessibility analysis. All right, so especially for machining, you can start to work out what areas can you actually access. So that could come in handy. All right, but then also this one here, the minimum radius analysis. So we know that we need to have at least a 3 mil radius because we're going to be using a 6 mil ball nose cutter. All right, so you could go through and use something like this. Select your model. All right, and say the minimum radius that you're going to need would be 3 mil. Okay, and then you can start to work out, all right, well, where do we need to fix up some parts of our car? Okay, so stuff like that could come in handy. So I just want to show you an example of what the minimum radius analysis actually looks like. So what you can do is, let's say for example on this surface here, we had a little, I don't know, for some reason, let's just say you wanted a 1 mil hole. Alright, so I'll finish that sketch and I'll just extrude that. So let's say I want to extrude a little hole in there like that. Awesome. Alright, so what this analysis will do is it will show us that if we want a minimum of at least 3 millimeters, it will show us if there's any issues with the car, obviously that you'll need to fix before you put it in the machine. Alright, so for example, if I go now to inspect minimum radius analysis, and I say, or click on the car body, and the minimum has to be 3, alright, then obviously now you can see, alright, that radius there obviously is going to be, less than 3, so it's not at my minimum, alright, so it's highlighted in red. So, if you went around and you did certain designs and then you thought, oh, yep, this is going to be exactly what I need for the machine, alright, but then you came ahead and did this analysis, alright, you would be able to work out if there's potential issues with your car as well. Okay, so it'd actually be a good idea to do this, all right, and maybe just highlight the areas where obviously it's red, all right, that you can't do, and then you can go ahead and try and get those fixed up before you go through the whole manufacturing process.